Welcome back to the Rhode Show. I recently had a chance to spend some time with a local family affected by a heartbreaking and very rare disease. And now they're hoping to help spread awareness. Take a look.
They basically came to us, which was my ex-wife and myself, and said that you boys have Batten Disease. It doesn't look good. 2 or 3 years, that's all they have.
Imagine being blessed with 2 healthy young boys, full of life and energy, embracing the joy and adventure of childhood. And then, all of a sudden, a deadly diagnosis of a disease that has no cure and is so rare, less than 20 people in New England have it. Mo St. Gilles had those 2 healthy young boys, 2 years apart in age, Zachary and Jordan. But when they were on the verge of becoming teenagers, the boys' lives changed. Each started having seizures. Then came the loss of vision and motor skills. Eventually, both boys were diagnosed with Batten's disease. It's a rare, fatal neurodegenerative disorder that will eventually end the life of both of Mo's boys.
There's absolutely no problems at all with the children, no eyesight problems, no gait problems, nothing that they have today. And then all of a sudden a seizure started. And then all of a sudden you see their sight, losing their sight. And then when we find out what Batten disease is all about, they're following directly what Batten disease happens. It's a gene, it just comes out in you at different times of your life. And again, those who get it real young don't live long, but those who get it a little later have a little more of a shot at it.
In August, Mo and his wife Jean held the 2nd annual Batten's Disease golf tournament at Allendale Country Club in North Dartmouth, Massachusetts. 100% of the money that has been raised goes to researchers trying to find a cure. Over $35,000 has been raised in the first 2 years of this tournament. Both of the boys were there, and even though they are both now legally blind, they kicked off the event by hitting a ceremonial and very emotional opening tee shot.
We know what's not going to help my boys, and you know, we're pretty happy for how our boys are living and keeping going, but some of these other families are just devastated. You get people that find out at 2 years old that their babies got Battens, they don't make it till 4, and you get people that are 4 years old and make it till 10. It just tears families apart.
Parents aren't supposed to bury their children. I mean, we know that.
Right.
And you live with this every day knowing that that's probably going to happen. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's a good question. And I mentioned to you about Eckhart Tolle and using that book and then living now, living today, living, don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. So we're happy for little things with Zach, with Jordan. Jordan lives with me, and Gene and I. And just the little things. When he makes you laugh, when he does certain things, it's just, you just stay with that. We have a couple today coming in from Brahmin Leathers that last year gave us $1,000. Excuse me. And we emailed them. We emailed them all back. And this year they gave us $3,000, and we don't even know these people. We're just meeting them tonight. So it is really good. And you get all your friends, you get everybody together, and they know how bad it is.
This year's event was sold out with a full field of golfers. I'm already looking forward to next year's event. I had a great time this year. Thanks to Mo and Jean for inviting me, and it was my goal to try and help bring awareness to this awful disease, which will hopefully help raise money for research to one day find a cure. Ben?